wish you luck with the investigation. I'm rooting for you.
I thought it would be easier to talk to you this way.
The bat's 490 code. I solved it.
The ultimate dream that humanity has been yearning for thousands of years. It will soon become a reality.
If he's willing to lie about one thing, he's willing to lie about everything.
Okay then, let's begin.
I love these. Also, I swear there's like more of an actual summary. Well, obviously because of the fact that it's actually voiced. The voice lines really help instead of just the images. But like, I also feel like there's more images than the first game generally with those little recap things. But that might be because I'm not used to them staying there for a few seconds longer than I think they used to. Don't quote me on that, but I think so, in order to actually have those play. I really do feel like there might be more in order to really make sure we recap what happened the last time that I played the game. I really love how personalized that is to your playthrough. By the way, I imagine if you played a holy session Batman of like, if you like fucking woke up and you fucking played that game for a whole ass Saturday and then you fucking went to bed and then you woke up on Sunday and played it again, wouldn't that be really long? Because it seems like everything that happened the last time you played, so that's gotta be real long. Like, what if you played most of the game? I really am curious as to how long that would be. Or, is there a cutoff point? I'm really curious about that, if anyone knows about that. Is there a cutoff point, like, will there be some point where it just starts taking a more recent point to start from, instead of recapping everything? I'm just curious about that. I do wonder how that works, because so far, I'm pretty sure it's been everything that I've done the last time I played the game. I'm just wondering if that keeps happening when, like, you do super long sessions, because, like, does it take a recent point to start from, or can you literally make that thing, like, 5 minutes? I love this music, it's very chill. I like the vibe.
A warrior of the Maasai tribe, a nomadic tribe who predominantly live in Kenya and Tanzania. They have great physical ability and are skilled with spears. They are capable of fighting wild beasts like lions. Among Maasai warriors, those who jump the highest receive the greatest praise.
They're famous for their jumping skills.
If they can beat a lion with spears or their bare hands, they must be really strong.
I feel like he envies people like that, because he's very short. And I imagine he was never very athletic because he's an ultra nerd because he has a job like this. I have a feeling that that's why this is here. That's just my guess, though. It's interesting. Also, we're learning lots of real-world facts from a video game. That's what Uchikoshi does. Because I've heard of the Maasai. Oh yeah, and by the way, welcome, friends. I don't think I said that at the beginning. And also, like, comment, subscribe, if you'd like. I just kind of jumped into the gameplay.
They investigate ancient ruins in order to uncover what Earth looked like in the past. They not only require a scholar's knowledge, but also the decision-making ability to avoid traps placed in ancient ruins.
Just like that one professor.
Yeah, the guy with the whip that got chased by that big stone ball.
Oh man, they really like Uchikoshi really loves playing fire with copyright stuff, man.
Oh, I thought it was metal.
Was it?
No, I'm pretty sure it was stone. Is there some sort of joke about it being metal? Is there a similar movie? I don't know.
It's not going to move because it's not activated.
In order to activate it...
According to the scan, past the door is a stone statue without power.
We don't have any other leads, so let's head to that statue.
This door is open.
Is this even a door? It's so thin.
That's just how it is in this world. Don't worry about it. Let's go.
Oh, it moves sideways.
We're here.
That's the stone statue without power. Let's get closer and check it.
Is the machine in the center join the two stone statues and create a transcendental superhuman? Yeah, I think he wants to make himself a superhuman. I would turn this on. Whoops! Thankfully, logs exist. I would do anyways. Really.
Why don't you feel around that area?
The crotch.
What area?
Whatever feels right, Tama.
He knows. Oh my god, why did that work?
The robot arm control PC has been activated.
Of course horny shit's what works, so that Uchikoshi can keep just cramming the horny shit in there. Does it mean he wants his pee-pee touched because, you know, his wife left him? Is that literally what that means? Very Uchikoshi. Moving on. That's all I have to say about that. Other than I fucking love how horny Tama is, and I wonder if that's reminded. What? Activate right from front temport. I can't talk because I'm too horny. Welcome to my brain every day.
It's on. You're amazing, Tama.
It says not available. Stone statue activated. Wait, so is it on or off?
Maybe you need to flip the switches for all the statues.
Right. According to the Somnium scan, there are multiple statues, but let's head back to the device first.
How did you know there was a switch there? How did you know?
Let's go back to the device.
Oh, wait. Can't we go to the other small room from this room?
How would you do that? It's too high. I can't jump that.
I thought Ryuki was super fucking innocent. It seemed like that. But the more that she jokes with Tama and messes with her, the more I realize he's not. I really did not expect him to tease Tama just about as much as she teases him, just in different ways. But he does. I'm loving their dynamic the more that we go through the game.
We can go through here. Let's go.
BBAB. Activating. In this experiment, you can combine two different brains with different functions to create a new human life form.
Is that what they did? Did they do that and then it led to the half-human shit? Or did it lead to someone who figured out the secret of the world and then it led to Bats 490?
Beginning experiment. Please select left brain function.
We just need to choose the left and right brain and combine them like Chikara did.
What can we choose from?
Left, Maasai warrior, fisherman, and A. Right side was astronaut and archaeologist.
Oh wow, there were 4 statues. I thought there were only 2 because there were 2 halves. Whoops.
We can combine different brain functions of the left and right brains and create a new human with characteristics from both.
Huh. Will that open different doors, maybe? Because there's like a good few doors.
It seemed like Chikara used that to gain some kind of power earlier. So creating a new human means gaining some kind of superhuman ability.
And you select that power on this?
Oh, I remember seeing another room next to the small room we were in earlier.
They're really making the Somniums a lot more... I don't know, they're really creative, it feels like. I mean, they were always kind of creative before, but I just feel like they really pushed the boundaries of how interesting can we make the gameplay of these, and how different we can make the Somniums, gameplay-wise. Because, like, this is nothing like was in any of the first ones. There were some ones towards the end of the first game that were really unique, but a lot of them were kind of samey gameplay-wise. But, like, so far, I have a feeling this game's gonna really mix it up a lot.
Yeah, it was too high, so I couldn't reach.
Maybe we have to give you a power that'll help you get up there.
Worth a shot.
The Mighty Warrior
Beginning
jumping.
experiment. Please select left brain function.
The room was high and far. By combining 2 brain functions that'll...
What do you choose?
Wait, hold on. Hold on. I need to go look at the statues again, and actually look at the 2 that I didn't look at before, like this one.
They go to outer space by using rockets to breach the atmosphere of Earth.
I think that this must be it. It's probably my area warrior in this
They are
one.
highly intelligent and athletic, which allows them to move in zero-gravity environments with ease. They are required to have high mental fortitude to live in outer space, much of which is still unknown to us.
Further than us all, they've flown.
Makes you want to wax poetic, I see.
To the sky, human, your power. You can blink to blink if you want.
4 minutes now.
Cool, whatever blank the blanking means.
Those who catch fish in bodies of water such as oceans or rivers. They are knowledgeable about the ecology of fish and have many skills that aid them in catching their target. They go out to the ocean pretty much every day, have incredible navigating skills, and a sturdy body.
Sea peoples.
You mean the guys from 1200 AD? Supposedly they were wiped out by a rival Mediterranean kingdom. Not much is known about them.
Huh?
We're talking about normal-ass fishermen that still exist today there. But apparently that's a thing. I learned another knowledge. Thanks, Uchikoshi. Because I don't fucking study real life. I study video game. So thanks for teaching me some real life knowledge anyway.
Left, Maasai warrior. Right, astronaut selected. Starting experiment.
I like this puzzle a lot.
What's going on?
I think he literally, you know what? I think he literally did unethical experiments where he combined two half people. That would explain some of the half people shit going on. What if, because he was so smart, he literally, like, kidnapped that CEO, I forget his name right now? Jin Furway, right. And he literally cut him in half and put him on two different people. He may not be the main villain that might be doing things later, because I'm sure there's going to be crimes that occur later, but he, I think, started this by doing unethical experiments. That's my guess right now that I just came up with. Very Uchikoshi levels of so that's why I'm thinking it's possible. Oh yeah, by the way, I noticed a few blatant half-related things while editing my last episode that I'd never realized before. That's a really big theme here for some reason, halves. Like in Kazuna's song, literally refers to herself and her theoretical Prince Charming as two halves of a whole. Like, without you, I'm only a half. And then, when Ryuki blatantly references My Hero Academia, he says half might instead of all might, and then it's half for all instead of all for one. Or one for all. I literally have not seen that show for so long that I forgot which one it was. But anyway, yeah. So there's a lot about halves in this game, and I think that it's a thematic thing. But I also think that literally Chikara might have been slicing people in half.
Experiment successful.
Just like I expected.
Combined, a Maasai warrior's leg strength and the atmosphere-piercing power of an astronaut to gain superhuman leg strength.
Tama, you okay?
I have goosebumps.
It said you gained superhuman leg strength.
Maybe we can get to that other room using that power.
Wait, does she have goosebumps because, like, it made her horny? Or am I just, like, assuming that everything is horny? Because that's kind of how she's been.
That might be it. Let's give it a shot.
It might just have been, like, a surreal experience or something. I don't know.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, ready.
Whee!
Wow!
She jumped, and, nice angle. Thanks. Thighs for the thigh people and ass for the ass people like me. I knew that. That must be why the angle wasn't the way. We all know this. I love the hat over one eye. Something about women with, like, hair over one eye is so hot. What the shit, fuck?
Chikara Horodori has done it again!
He's literally a DNA spider.
Genetic ecstasy!
What are we even watching right now?
An insane man's mind?
No. By stimulating the DNA correlated to high leg strength through imagination, it caused a slight transformation in the base sequence. This small change has allowed for surpassing the limit of telomeres.
What is
You can do
telomeres?
anything in the simulation world. There are no limits. What
Simulation.
a wonderful world.
I guess things worked out.
I don't think he's talking about his brain. Am I literally, like, guessing right that this literally world might be a simulation? Because all I know is that Ryuki saw ones and zeros when he hallucinated, and that, I feel like that's gotta mean something big.
So every time we do something right, we have to watch this creepy old dude ascend into the sky?
You wanna join?
Hell no.
Yeah.
A stone statue without power.
Activate it.
You get the cat. Why the crotch? what? I mean, Uchikoshi
This
is the
stone
answer to that,
statue
but like,
is
what?
a racer.
Why does this make
If they need an
sense?
autosport driver, those guys are incredibly skilled. They have to make split-second decisions.
That skill might be beneficial in other areas than driving too.
Not to mention, there is a car right there.
I see. Using the driving skill.
But look, that says trap. Driving skill alone might not be enough.
Maybe we can combine it with a brain function that's good at avoiding traps.
I don't remember seeing anything like that.
You literally saw Indiana Jones and made the reference. That's one of them, and then...
Anyway, let's head back to the central room.
I wonder why they kept those
We're here.
characters Japanese.
Looks like we can open it from this
I mean,
side now.
they do say them to the English audience, but... I mean, this is the mind of a Japanese man, I guess. So fair, but anyway.
3
Maybe it would
minutes
take
left,
a lot
Ryuki.
to
Focus.
translate that in a way that, like, looks good with English.
Please select
Because,
left.
you know, you can make a
Racer,
symbol
right.
language do this, but not really
Archaeologist
English.
selected. Starting
Maybe that's why.
experiment.
Anyway. Is this a kink for someone? Probably. I'm guessing
Experiment
probably
successful.
at least for Coach, if no one else. I feel like he would be a person to have fetishes no one else had.
Combined, a racer's driving skill and an archaeologist's knack for dodging traps to gain movie protagonist superhuman driving skills.
Guess it's time for love, Dr. Jones.
That should help us dodge any traps.
That's so antiquated. Nowadays, sports cars go up against nuclear submarines.
Wait, what?
Oh well, this is Chikara's preference. Now let's go back to the room with the car.
Think we can get there from the passage we came from?
Yeah, that should lead you there directly.
All right, get in.
I'll avoid any traps with elegance and grace.
Yes, of course. She's gotta have like the fucking model shot on the car, of course. Because she's hot. We've gotta do the fan service.
What?
Oh my god. This is very much... So there's a Danganronpa minigame. Like exactly like this.
That's the trap? I could have done this.
I thought we actually had to play this first. I don't think so.
Tama,
I love
behind
this.
you!
Huh?
Oh my god. Yep, literally the Indiana Jones. It's a giant... I think it's his hand? Yeah, it's a giant dude's head. It might not be Chikara's head.
Wait, no! I can't do
You
this!
can. Just dodge that one, I believe in you. But she's gotta freak out because she's a female. I want women that are just completely enough to be cool and take it.
Hey, Tama! The road!
What about the road?
There is no road!
Ah! What are we gonna do?
Basically, I want, like, male action movie protagonists.
Step on it!
That's what I want.
The gas! The gas!
The gas! Okay!
If there's some Japanese thing about women who've got to be seen on a lot, you see it in a lot of Japanese. I don't like it, because again, I think that's sexist and B, it's not.
The experiment worked! Chikara Horinori has done it again! The genetic ecstasy!
Can you stop saying that? Can you stop making that face, please?
The corpus callosum is here represented by a treacherous ancient rune. A theory that links this complex and bizarre passage is now complete. But this should be theoretically impossible. No, there is no impossible in this world. No, this is not good. Not good indeed.
Chikara! Ew!
Why don't you think of it as some kind of reward cutscene?
The fact that I have to force myself to think that already makes it not a reward.
Why? Again, I know why, but it isn't. Also, I'm totally not imagining what that would feel like. What? Excuse me. I didn't say shit. Imagine that I said some boring word. Imagining.
This stone statue is a gambler.
I guess that means they have guts.
So this gambler is known for winning bets when the chips are down.
That must mean they can win the big ones without flinching.
Now, let's head back to the central room.
These are the other halves of the statues. That's why they're not in the big room, because they're out here. Why did I not realize that until now? I don't know.
person gifted with extreme luck that allows them to win life-changing sums of money. They believe that they will win against all odds and control their own destiny.
Ah, so this is the successful kind of gambler.
Yeah, doesn't sound like the broke type.
But don't the broke ones always say they have money in the bank?
Why are they broke then? Go!
It's me, Chikara.
What the hell?
This is no good. No good. No. Yes, yes, yes. Let's test this. Chikara's right brain reselection.
What's happening?
The room flew away!
The experiment worked! Chikara Horidori has done it again! This right brain reselection is a function that blows away my past. The past I don't want anyone to see.
That's really convenient for you, because it's sure that past includes crimes. Like the one we're trying to pin you for. Or at least something related.
My right brain can be shuffled back into the deck. Goodbye, forbidden memory!
What are we gonna do?
When we drove through the passageway, Chikara said, theoretically impossible and not good. So maybe we did something he wasn't expecting. If we use the device to combine two different brain functions, we might be able to find a way.
If we can prevent Chikara from using his right brain reselection thing, we might be able to make it to the room.
He said something about a memory he doesn't want to be seen.
Yeah, but how will we stop Chikara?
There was something hidden in the room we were in earlier. If only we could pull it back somehow.
We need a big idea here.
Beginning experiment.
Thinking gamble and fisherman. Wait, fucking wait. Reeling in the fucking room? Wait, yeah.
Please select left,
wait a minute.
right. Starting experiment.
Is that literally gonna be I kind of feel like it's a little bit
Experiment successful.
Oh, right? What did she say that was?
Combined, a tuna fisherman's pulling skill and a gambler's ability to make the right choice to obtain superhuman luck.
Luck? Is this gonna do anything?
Well, try it. Let's fish back the room that flew away.
I fucking knew it. I was like, hold on. Why else would this apply here?
How's it going?
I think I got something!
That must be it! Reel it in!
I am suddenly more in love with Tama because she's doing because I'm me. Listen, I want a woman who can just fucking carry me around. Anyway.
The experiment worked! Chikara Horidori has done it again! Genetic ecstasy!
Please stop saying that. Please, please, please. God, that face is probably his worst one to me, which is kind of saying
Good! The memory I want to leave behind has already been shuffled.
Well, that's really fucking convenient for us. 'Cause I'm sure it has something to do with whatever the fuck this halves of people's shit is. What the hell's going on there?
This memory's no good either. I thought I deleted it. No. If you succeed with the Eternal Youth experiment, my memory will be discovered. Goodbye!
Chikara's memory was replaced with something else.
But it got replaced with another memory he didn't want seen. It might be worth looking into.
Chikara said that if the Eternal Youth experiment is successful, his memory will be discovered.
So if we complete the research on that device...
We might be able to defeat Instant Death Power Stance Man over there and get into the room he's guarding.
I like how she questioned him calling him that, but now she's just calling him that.
That stone statue is a little different.
Yeah, you're right. Let's go.
You're out of time!
That stone statue has...
Chikara's face hastily slapped on.
Chikara said that using Purge, he can create an ageless and undying body.
But if we use the stone statue...
Turn it on.
Oh no.
What's the problem?
Seeing this face?
We've invested too much already. There's no other way.
Fine, okay.
Oh, you didn't want to touch the crotch because of Chikara's face, huh?
Ryuki, we're out of time.
Damn it! Chikara's mind is insane.
It really is. Okay, yeah, so... we're trying that with less time wasted here. Okay, I don't know why, but apparently the answer is Masai Warrior and Chikara. And the justification this article gives, while it at least does acknowledge how it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, is that he would have a high opinion of himself. I guess Masai Warrior is supposed to be, like, the best at jumping, I guess, or something. I don't quite know, but apparently this is the answer. This meaning Masai Warrior, Chikara.
Please select.
They give you a bunch of extra options.
Masai Warrior.
Fucking thing.
Right. Chikara
because
selected.
This is literally the last one. I also realized the guide, so yeah, I'm glad I looked that one up, because that one's a bit bullshit. The moment I'm this stumped, I'm just gonna look it up, because 9 times out of 10 it'll be bullshit. I'm confident enough to realize that. I'm smart enough to get through a lot of these puzzles. Especially at this point. I've had practice. Like, frankly, if I'm that stumped, it's bullshit. And if it's not bullshit, I'm not really in the mental state to do it alone anyway, so I might as well get me some assistance. You know, fuck your pride, use a guide, like I say. You don't need to add extra stress to yourself while you're playing video games, which most people use to be specific. Like, anyway.
Starting experiment.
Yeah. Now granted, I want to make this my job, which makes it an inherently kind of stressful thing, but that even more is a reason why I shouldn't stress myself out with things like this. And I think when I get way better at stressing myself out less, that's when I'll be as consistent as I want to be with this stuff. Because I'm very painfully aware of that. Once again, I've taken a couple months off without wanting to, because my brain basically forced me once again to not do work on this for a while, because I just get fearful, and I don't really know exactly what all it is, but all I know is I think I frickin' burned myself out. I'm just trying to figure out how do I sustain effort and not burn myself out, because, like, I've realized that I cannot sustain a neurotypical amount of effort.
Combined, a Masai warrior's battle skill and Chikara's genetic engineering knowledge to create an undying and unaging warrior.
Funny that the machine is on a first-name basis with Chikara.
Now we can finally beat up Instant Death Power Stance Man.
All right, let's go. Go, Tama.
Yes! I'm far too excited for this.
Go!
Yes! I'm far too happy about this. Oh my god, yes.
Now!
I love her! Listen, women doing superhuman feats of strength in these games.
Happy.
Why should humans die? What a waste it is to perish. The research results are splendid. But now is not the time. Not now. Not now.
If Chikara gets in our way again, no amount of time is enough time. Let's go!
This stone statue is Chikara's memory that he doesn't want to be seen.
Turn it on.
The fact that this is still how you turn them on.
A 9 stone statue.
9. 9.
Of course it's
Roman
9.
numerals.
Of fucking course it's 9 in a Uchikoshi. Even though this series' number thing is 6, I gotta put some 9s in.
What is the significance of 9?
By the way, 69. I'm sure I've already made that. In fact, yeah, I think I remember exactly last episode.
Maybe he has 9 mistresses.
I love how... I think he wishes he did. Why specifically would Ryuki think of that? Like, I know that dialogue is in this game because Uchikoshi wrote it. But, like, I don't know if Ryuki would be the first to think of something perfect. But, anyway.
Or maybe he's being sued by 9 people.
I love how the text is clipping through her hat, by the way.
The stone statue. Maybe we use a brain function again.
Should we go back to the central device?
Let's do it.
Did you decide what 2 brain functions you will combine?
Yeah. This should do it.
Beginning experiment.
I think now we use 9 and NA. For being
Please
something
select.
he doesn't want you to see, not applicable makes sense.
Left. NA. Right. 9 selected. Starting experiment.
This again? What? Why?
Oops. Is this some creepy dude from his past? Or is someone that did something at the time that first Chidori working? Person that made the
Experiment
bats
successful.
video? Nice, excuse me? It's actually real?
Nice at laws.
It's not just something that... Okay.
Nice.
Okay, Iris didn't make it up, but, like, she did make up the whole thing about it being...
Ryuki.
I thought it wasn't... It either wasn't real or it didn't have anything to do with, like, her.
That's
or,
for
like...
90.
Okay, so, it's nice... Either he also thinks Naix is behind stuff and isn't, or literally Naix is actually real and behind it. Or at least that's for 90. Whatever the fuck that means. Ought to know. I like how these chapter names are just puns in Japanese with the word I.
Welcome.
Who the heck is this woman? Oh, that's the person in the hoodie. I like her already. Who could this be? Was his daughter's name ever... Could this be his daughter? Could this be Boss's daughter? Or could this be a woman we don't know? Nothing. All I know is she's apparently with Naix, but her hairstyle is pretty boss-like. But she looks and sounds old enough to not really make sense to be Boss's daughter. Although, I don't remember, is Boss like 30-something or 40? If she's more like 40-ish, or closer to 40, then I can see this, but...
I am the president of the Japanese Naix branch. Tokiko Shigure.
I apologize for visiting so late at night.
Like,
I'm from the Metropolitan
oh, wait,
Police
what?
Department.
So, there's literally just a Naix Law's office that he was just able to find? Okay, this seems really convenient. Why is a secret fucking society findable? What? This seems kind of dumb.
Mr. Ryuki, is it? Mamoru, my secretary, has already informed me.
Either that, or Boss was able to get the location of this place and get him in here because of her dirt on the government people who have ties to them. Okay, that makes more sense than just he was able to just find this himself.
I hear you've come to ask about Jin Furue's murder.
This is the president's office on the top floor of the building containing the Japanese branch of Naix. It's commonly known as Naix. I was saying to Chikara earlier, Tama and I saw something in Isami. Someone who looked like they were in Naix. Okay, it might have not been her. They were wearing the same, like, get-up, though. was making the Bats 490 video, and that's why we ended up here. We came to the president's office to talk to the top level of 9. But, like, why is this something you can find? There's supposed to be a secret organization, right?
That's the non-Yupal X, the symbol of Naix.
Non-Yupal means consisting of 9.
Of course it does. And of course there's something in this universe that has a bunch of 9 symbols. Now we know that all along, Uchikoshi had of course hidden some 9s in here. It was Naix all along. And since Naix rhymes with 9, yeah, it makes sense.
You know how there's single, double, triple? Non-Yupal is the 9th. Seems so.
Whoops. I swear to God the game keeps also skipping stuff. But thankfully, again, the log exists.
So non-Yupal X means 9 X's?
Seems so.
Did you know that Naix is derived from 9-Xed lozenge? Lozenge referring to a diamond shape. In other words, Naix means the 9 X's of the diamond.
I fucking love her voice. Light purple hair and eyes is interesting design choice. I like that. Looks very mysterious and cool. So yeah, favorite villain probably so far of this game. Now I don't know if she's a villain, but like, if they're not villains, I will be very confused. They might actually be more gray. Like, what if they at least think they're the good guys because they're trying to expose a secret of the world that the government is keeping secret that affects people? Or something, but who knows, man. Yeah, I'm gonna start with Wink sinking because she's sus as ass. Much as I already love her as a character, I tend to like women villains, as you would guess from if you know shit about her.
What is going on here?
Maybe she's not thinking about anything at all.
Her mind is completely blank?
Maybe she reached a state of selflessness.
The fuck? And how would she have done that? So yeah, I saw someone from Naix making that video.
Considering the fact that you are here, I assume it would be pointless to hide it. Indeed, I had my subordinates create that video.
Okay, I thought that would not be as easy as that. But like, why the fuck can you not see into her mind? I'm sure that will be explained at some point, but like, whoa.
Bats 490 was an ARG. Just a game, but there was a high-level encryption hiding a message within. We have been seeking high IQ individuals with the capability to decode it. The purpose was to recruit them into Naix.
So this QR video was made for the same reason?
I am aware of that video. I saw it on the news. However, it's completely unrelated to Naix. I assume someone made it with the intent to imitate Bats 490.
What do you think, Tama?
That's
interesting. Hard to say on that alone.
But Chikara.
Do you mean the man from Horodori Institute of Genetics?
So you do know him. I'm actually here because of a tip I got from him.
Chikara is under arrest?
No, he was just released earlier. We didn't have enough evidence to keep him detained.
I see.
So yeah, about him.
Chikara is a former member of Naix.
That's interesting. Why is she divulging this? Why is it so easy to get information from Naix? Because we thought they were a fucking myth for the entirety of the first game, and then you just find them in the second one. What? They didn't come up in any way besides Iris's fucking imagination in the first. What if this is literally a parallel world where they exist? Okay, my brain hurts literally. God damn it, Uchi.
Though this was over 20 years ago. When he left us, he became an avid believer in the Order of Percent.
Order of Percent?
It's an organization that split off from Naix. You could say they are a sect. The Order of Percent is a religious sect, whereas we are an ideological society. Despite our common roots, we are heading in completely different directions.
Then how did Chikara know that Naix created Bats 490?
I wouldn't know about that. Perhaps he asked an acquaintance from Naix.
I had a very hard time finding the place. After all, Naix is a secret organization hidden from the public.
Which is exactly why I was like, why did we just teleport here? What? I thought this was still part of his dream first. I'm not joking. In retrospect, I should have realized it wasn't when I saw the car scene first.
That's a good thing Boss just happened to know
fucking
someone
I
in
knew
this
it!
situation. Otherwise, we would have been out of luck.
I fucking knew that she had to be involved in this.
Even after I got inside the building, it wasn't easy. If if I hadn't met Mamoru at the entrance, I probably wouldn't even have made it to this office.
Man, these are some real Deus Ex Machinas ×2 that he's already... I feel like this plot's gonna be even more questionable than I would say the first time did. But that's kind of what Uchikoshi does. He writes an interconnected story over several games. And it just gets more complex and more Deus Ex Machina. Let's be honest, that's just what he does. I don't really agree with it, but it continues to be interesting, at least. And the characters are mostly what I end up loving game stories for, not really the stories themselves. I've been realizing that more and more. Oh, I keep forgetting about, like, all of this stuff. Let's go ahead and talk to Tama, and also do the eyeballing thing, Tamagotchi thing.
Worried about health?
I'm basically giving my own answers in general.
Is your image on your mind? Ah. I see. Should I even ask about anything?
I'm gonna be Tsundere. It's not like that.
Ah. Are you insured? I see. If your country doesn't have universal healthcare, it might be hard.
Yeah. Yeah, living in America, yep.
I can't help you. I feel like they should change the rules.
Me too. American Samoa... What?
American Samoa Smash!
Excuse me?
Just see it through. Then, you'll know the answer.
Excuse me? Hero Killer Smudge? I don't understand, but I think that's another fucking reference. I love this, because it really does feel like a fucking nerd that just got to live the ultimate dream of making nerd shit for a living. And it's just like, it's embodied in everything about this game. There's so many references to shit. That's inspiring to me, because that's exactly what I want to do. Make nerd shit for a living. Nerd shit that is also hopefully helpful in some way other than just that. That's my goal. What UMA do you like? UMA. I'm guessing you're talking about, like, mythical creatures, but I don't know if UMA is an acronym I've ever heard before. Because I've heard of all these creatures, but I don't know if I've ever heard of the term UMA. I like the idea of Loch Ness Monster. A genius soccer player from Argentina E. I'm sure there is one called that, I guess. Or at least, like, that's his nickname or something? Fill me in, friends. Who's the Loch Ness Monster in soccer? I guess that's the thing. I love Uchikoshi and his random facts about everything throughout the game. He just does it. It just happens. But yeah, I'll be honest, I'm loving the mystery of this. I love her as a character already. This is very intriguing, but it's so convenient that he got in here at all, and that Naix is even real, when we spent a whole game thinking it was a fucking bit.
I know about Abyss, and I know it's trustworthy. That's why I let you through to talk to the president.
That's the same voice actor. They just literally reused the one model that they already reused a whole bunch in AI1 for the bodyguards of So. That's funny. Yeah, I'm remembering to look at the background, and I'm gonna try to be really thorough because, guess what? I've been watching in between what I've already played in Let's Plays, Crystal's so far. Crystal is probably my favorite content creator right now. No, it's probably Nico B, but she's a close second. Through her video, I realized that I missed a couple of funny things, even though I was trying to comb the rooms thoroughly. Missing details is very me, unfortunately. Anyway, so I'll try really hard to not do that this time. Thankfully, there doesn't seem to be a whole lot in here to investigate. So I'm hoping to get everything here at least. But there was a very there's a lot of... Basically, what I missed was I didn't even swing myself around to the other end of the room in Matsushita Diner, and I missed the cat statue. You got to hear Mizuki say meow with the cat statue, and it was very cute. I really am not fond of missing that, but oh well. It's a strange statue. Ultimately, I'm interested in where the plot's going now that we have, like, Naix laws. I was about to say on our side, but probably not? They're probably just cooperating because we found them, and we know things, and because we know things, we're dangerous, but also because we know things, they might go after us, so that's fun. We'll say, this room is beautiful. But it's also purposely got cobwebs and shit to be mysterious or whatever. Is that maybe a signal that this building is actually really fucking ancient? Or this part of it, anyway? I don't know.
Why would they make something like this in
Yeah,
the
I'm kind of wondering about that.
Who knows?
Because they have money and power? And, like, they want to show it off to themselves? Or is the water symbolic of something? Either way, they've got money and power, they wouldn't be able to do something like that. You'd have to hire someone who knows how to build something. You know what I mean? That's gotta be real expensive. Yeah, they've got influence, but, like, what do they do? And it's probably related to whatever this is. They need really smart individuals. Or, that's really me. I really am wondering why she's telling us all this and if it's even true. Because people have definitely lied to you in this game. Although, granted, we haven't been able to see her being hot yet, but I have this feeling we are, even if she lies to us, we aren't getting shit from her. And it's the same reason as to why the fuck link syncing with her doesn't do shit. That's really interesting. Say something funny.
Something funny. There, I said it.
Of course.
Your badge.
That's something phony.
What is this? A vaudeville routine? That wasn't funny at all.
His badge isn't fake. What is that supposed to mean? You're Tokiko's secretary.
Yeah, but I'm also her bodyguard. I used to be a bodyguard for a certain politician until the end of last year. He was a piece of human garbage. Slugged him in the face and resigned. Then ended up here thanks to an acquaintance introducing.
This is literally the same one that was drinking at the bar. Or at least that's what we can interpret, because he said the same shit. That he punched him in the face and left. About 9.
I was only hired recently. I don't know much about it, really.
I do find it funny that the man apparently has a lot of clones that also work for him. We actually get a name! We get a name for lots of people we didn't get a name for in the first game. His name's Mamoru.
Anyway, I was surprised. I had heard of Naix, the secret organization, but I thought it was just an urban legend. I can't believe it actually exists.
Yes, there has been all sorts of gossip about us. Some claim we're a secret society of Satanists, or that we have something to do with a sequence of binary code that came from space. But that's all nonsense. Made-up stories that become more and more embellished as they were passed on. Rumors are quite a terrifying thing. Naix is a perfectly legitimate ideological society. Our headquarters are located in New York, with many branches in cities throughout the world. This is one such branch. This is a common misconception, but Naix is not a religious organization. We are a group of like-minded individuals who act together based on a certain understanding of the universe.
And that is?
The simulation theory. Have you heard of it?
Wait a fucking... Am I more on the nose than I thought already?
That the world is an artificial simulation of reality created by someone or something. That's the theory.
You're saying everything in this world we're living in isn't real?
Yes. It's a false world constructed with specific rules by a program.
Here's my thought. This isn't exactly true. Or it isn't exactly all that they think it is. Because if this kind of thing is actually going to be revealed this early in the game, the whole truth doesn't get revealed until the end. So, like, this isn't entirely true. That's what I'm thinking right now. But, man, there was already so many hints. Fuck! I thought this kind of thing wasn't going to be bombshelled until way later.
And if it is made by a program, there must by necessity be imperfections, edges, or seams.
Okay, maybe this is true, and the real truth that's going to be revealed is how and why this is true.
To find these seams, or to create them, is our objective.
Why would you do that?
If you tear at the seams of a cloth, it will unravel, and a hole will be created. Thusly, we will tear at the seams of the program until it is unraveled, and its people are emancipated. That is our ultimate goal.
This old hag has completely lost it.
I have a feeling that maybe she has, however, I think she's right. I think he has at least a feeling that this might be true, because of what he fucking saw the previous night.
The intersection between the warp and weft. That's where the seam can occur.
Yeah, that totally makes any sense.
I don't understand.
Yeah, me neither, buddy.
You will someday. It is a prophecy. It will be fulfilled eventually.
What is that?
It's a hand sign we use. It's meant to resemble the sign behind me. Judging by the way you asked that, I assume that's Jin's estimated time of death?
Well, yes.
I was in Okinawa from the night of the 8th. I had a seminar to attend on the 9th and 10th. I return to Tokyo later.
I checked the logs for hotels and airports, for smartphone access points, and the security footage for each location. It's true that Tokiko was in Okinawa from the 8th to the 10th.
So she has an alibi.
As long as you presume Jin's body wasn't brought back with her from Okinawa.
By the way, would you mind if I asked you a question?
What is it?
Are you perhaps a Freyer?
Freyer?
Frey to free. And I think he is. Because I think what she means by Freyer is someone who's able to fray the cloth, the reality, the code or whatever the fucking fuck makes up this world.
I am asking the person within you.
Excuse me?
What?
I will ask you one more time. Are you a Freyer?
Hey, Ryuki!
As I thought. Then you've realized this world is fictional. Am I correct?
I'm gonna say yes. What happens if I do that? The person within you is me. God, this is tripping. I think I'm starting to get it. I think this game is intentionally meant. And I don't even think that. I've pretty much... It was hinted at with the fucking QR code. Because this is a simulation. This is literally a video game. So, like, is the idea that these are real people from Earth that are actually experiencing this game world as if it were their reality? Is that literally the plot? I hope I didn't just figure out the whole plot of Uchikoshi. Because that will mean he's slipped. But we'll see.
Ryuki, what's gotten into you?
Then please tell me the nil number. If you truly are a Freya, you should know it.
It's gonna be something we know later.
So, you don't know. In other words, you lied.
Oh good, she saw right through it. I thought that I could get her to keep talking if I fake my way through it.
Way to go.
What is a nil number? What is a Freyer? Right! I remember now! Fray to free. Fray can mean fight, but it can also mean to wear out or tear.
Remember what Tokiko said. Their ultimate goal is to break down this world and emancipate its people.
Yeah, so that makes them even more suspicious.
Miss Shigure, are you sure Naix didn't make the QR video?
We did not. We of Naix are only involved in Bats 490, which we created half a year ago. We are not the ones who created the QR video.
At least that you know of. Maybe someone did on drugs. Within your organization. But yeah. It's obvious, like, what this dialogue is, so I'm not gonna replay it, but keep accidentally skipping it. Whoops.
The word Frey being displayed on that sign must be a coincidence.
That can't be just a coincidence!
Oh, but it can. After all, we are living in nothing but a simulation, a false world created by a program. And such programs always have some glitches lurking under the surface. We call such glitches seams. Coincidences like this are a manifestation of such glitches. Proof of imperfection. Proof of the seams.
Or that's what it would be really convenient for you to point at. Because you fucking fabricated it, because you made it happen. But I have the feeling she tried.
The appearance of Jin's corpse is also likely to be an example of such phenomenon.
What?
Are you familiar with the Philadelphia experiment?
It's a top-secret military experiment that's said to have taken place in the American city of Philadelphia on October 28, 1943. A powerful electromagnetic wave was fired towards the USS Eldridge, a destroyer-class warship. Supposedly, the reason for doing this was to conceal the ship from showing up on radar. But as soon as the experiment began, something strange happened. The Eldridge was enshrouded in a greenish mist, then vanished. Afterward, it appeared at a military port in Norfolk, nearly 200 miles away from the shipyard in Philadelphia. Sometime later, it reappeared in its original position again.
This has given me some Zero Escape flashbacks, because these kinds of stories were just like half of the dialogue in those games.
So you're saying it teleported?
Well, it's nothing but an urban legend. Just an occult story with low credibility.
A really dumb story directed at Tokyo.
Yes, exactly. However, the story doesn't end there. When the USS Eldridge returned to Philadelphia, there were several sailors on board. Some of them had melted like a rotten banana.
Excuse me?
While others ended up with their bodies entirely burned and blackened. Others were said to have merged with the steel hull, their bodies having become a piece of the ship. Does that sound familiar?
You mean Jin? Are you saying his right half teleported here?
It isn't impossible. If a seam was torn, that is.
Impossible.
So it's the fabric of reality coming apart, which makes surreal things happen. Because it isn't real to begin with. I get what she's getting, and I think she's right. Whether or not what she thinks is true is actually true. I think she's close. This game's real meta, man.
You like this park, don't you, Ryuki?
Because I think it's literally a plot point that we are in his fucking brain as a player. So that's ridiculous. But it feels pretty Uchikoshi to do something like that. So yeah, I'm not surprised, really. But I'm kind of surprised at the boldness. This game's just meta now. Enjoy.
I feel calm when I'm around nature. It's like I can feel the buzz inside me quieting down. Tama, what do you think about what Tokiko said earlier? Is something like teleportation really possible?
Hey, come on. I told you the Philadelphia experiment is just an urban legend.
How else can you explain what happened with Jin? We can't deny that his right half suddenly appeared out of nowhere.
Jeez. Then, why don't we find out for ourselves?
What do you mean? You want to go to the studio right now?
No need. Just close your eyes.
My eyes?
Just do it!
Okay. What the? Did we teleport here?
Are you serious?
We're in Studio Devita, aren't we?
It just seems that way. We're not actually there. Last night, I scanned every nook and cranny of the scene. What you're looking at now is what I replicated using that data.
Wow. It's like I'm actually there. The corpse looks so real.
Want me to put a mosaic over it?
Uncensored is fine.
Now, less digressing and more investigating. Your objective is to solve the mystery behind the sudden appearance of Jin's right half.
The mosaic joke is really funny because in Japan, I don't know what it is, they must have some sort of law or something over there, but like literal hentai tends to have mosaics over the parts. For some fucking reason.
Alright, let's start looking around.
VR allows you to walk around the scene and gather information. Tama's special vision modes, such as X-ray mode, can be applied to everything. This is another interesting little extra gameplay thing. By changing the special mode, what you can inspect will change. Utilize this to find the hidden information. Let's do Tamagotchi things. Because I just saw that. I'm getting better at noticing that. Because I did notice it a few other times, but then forgot. But now I'm slowly getting to the point where I notice and remember. I don't dance to you. I don't know any of these. I wonder if Crystal would know all of these. I bet she would. I'll say Kathak because I like that name. But for the traditional Indian dance theme, I like it so. I feel like if you chose a different one, she might have said she liked it better or worse. There's a big monitor here.
Looks like it's there so the performers can check how they look on screen.
I'm guessing they're all traditional Indian dances because those all sounded like Indian words to me. So what the hell are we gonna find out in here? Or are we gonna find out shit? We'll see. I feel like we're not gonna find anything new that might point to another truth. But we might, too. Again, Uchikoshi's really good at making you think, yeah, no, this must be what's going on. The game just told it does, right? But it's early. That's never been the truth. Or at least the whole truth. It might be partly, but not the whole truth. Because I think that's happened before. I don't think this is quite the level of Luna killed everyone, for example, in VLR, but it's definitely something.
These aren't good for much other than for show. Like I mentioned yesterday, Jin's estimated time of death is 6 o'clock on February 9th. Rigor mortis seems to be fading already. It's not completely gone yet, but the body has somewhat softened at this point. It should take more time to get to this stage if it's been on a rooftop in the winter. That's why I think this corpse was kept indoors. Someplace warm.
What's this? Getting a better look at it. It looks like something tied to his waist. It's like a spider's thread. No, even thinner.
My analysis concludes that this is a CNT, or carbon nanotube. Graphene sheets with the thickness of a single carbon atom. These were rolled into a cylindrical shape to make these nanotubes. The diameter is about 0.4 nanometers. A single nanometer is 1/1000th of 1 meter, so it's not visible to the naked eye.
What? But I can see it.
Tama isn't a naked eye.
That's because this thread is made by bundling multiple CNTs.
Okay.
I've also enhanced your vision so you'd be able to see it.
Yeah, I figured that.
By the way, CNTs are extremely durable. They're elastic and hard to break, and said that their theoretical maximum tensile strength is 50 times that of steel. Anyway, where is the other end of the CNT connected?
That way. Over by that red lamp.
Okay, so it didn't just appear. Naix did make this. She's lying. But we didn't detect that because of something that's up with her brain? But what is up with her brain? I'm sure we will figure that out at some point, but yeah.
The CNT is tied to it.
I feel like that graphically might be hard for the designers. Make something that almost invisible. The CNT extending from the corpse is threaded through the ceiling beam and tied to the light switch.
I wonder how deep this sign is embedded.
What do we do at times like these?
Right! The X-ray!
Technology!
Wow. I can switch to X-ray mode too.
That's because I've gathered all data from the scene.
The bottom part of the signboard is stuck pretty deep in there.
There's a bit of a curve at the tip. Kind of like a man's... What?
I know you can't see my expressions of exasperation anymore, but you could hear the slap, I'm sure. You could hear the literal face bump.
Couldn't you have compared it to a fishhook or something?
Why would she do that? If she has the ability to make something horny, she does it. Because she came from Uchikoshi's brain. You know this, Ryuki. Or at least you know the first part.
Well, it won't come out easily. Whoever stuck it in probably didn't want it pulled out.
Of course not. A signboard would be useless unless it's standing.
It's useless unless it's standing?
Let's not go there.
No, that's not what I meant.
Tama, please. Everything she said here is still can be applied to people. I think she means that even if it was lying flat with this side up, it wouldn't be useless. People would still be able to see it, but like, it's supposed to be pointing at the cameras, right? So yes, it would have to be standing.
What's this? There's something inside the body.
3 things catch my attention.
Oh yeah. There's a weird cylindrical thing there, and then another thing.
First, a mixture of potassium chlorate, sulfur, and red phosphorus. This is probably a fire starter. It would ignite very easily.
Okay. So he didn't just spontaneously okay. So, once again, the thing that was first told to us was not the fucking truth, and here we go. This is already... I find it really weird, though, that if she could just visually scan the whole area, it's really Deus Ex Machina-y that she can have all of these details. But, well, if she has an X-ray mode, maybe she scans using the X-ray as a layer or something, too. So that's why she can see all this stuff. I'll just assume that, and all her other layers. And that would, I guess, allow you to do this, but it seems very convenient. There's a lot of... I feel like it's lazy writing in these games, but they have to make it an entertaining game and a mystery. And I think that's a lot of why the writing ends up the way that it is, so I understand. But at the same time, I'm like, that's enough.
The fuse is coiled up and extends from there. By the way, the fuse includes an oxidizing agent, so it can continue to burn even inside the body.
Yeah, no, this shit is to spread Naix's propaganda. But what if they're right? But what if they're really the only ones that benefit from that? Or like that maybe this simulation is better in a way than the world that they came from, or that... I don't know.
And finally, at the end of the fuse is a powder mixture of iron oxide and aluminum. This is a substance that causes a thermite reaction. When ignited, it creates heat of over 3,000 degrees Celsius and burns violently.
Inside the corpse is fuel that goes off with even the slightest impact, a fuse, and a substance that causes a thermite reaction. But how did they cut him at the molecular level? Because obviously someone tampered with his corpse.
Okay, it looks like we're pretty much done investigating here. Using the clues we've gathered so far, we should be able to solve the mystery.
You mean the mystery of how Jin's body appeared? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yep.
Truth reenactment allows you to find the truth of the information you have gathered. Answer Tama's questions with the best answer. Only by correctly answering her questions will the truth be reenacted.
Let's get on that now. First thing, about that power outage when the body
So this is another interesting thing about investigating in this game. This game is more compelling than the first one to me. I think I might really, and also I've really dealt with my anxiety of recent, so I think I'll really be able to get through this game. Now, I'm very happy about it.
Was it really just a power outage?
I was wondering about that too. The lights came back on way too quickly. Plus, if the power did go out, the stream should have cut out at the same time.
But the stream went on, no problem.
So it wasn't an outage. The lights were switched off.
So how did the lights get turned off?
Well, I think I know what did it.
That's the switch that powers the lighting.
Yeah, let's not overthink this. Someone simply walked up and flipped this switch.
But no one was near the switch when the lights went out. Let's try to think of something else.
Someone dropped the body? Yeah.
There were bundled CMTs tied to the body. They were routed through the ceiling beams and onto the light switch.
But a dead body can't
I like
pull
how she's
strings.
floating.
No, but it can fall. From the ceiling, I mean.
Now that you mention it, I thought I heard something hit the floor right after the lights went out.
The body fell from the ceiling and tugged on the CNT, which caused the light switch to turn off.
So on to the next question. The corpse was hidden up in the ceiling, right? Then how did it fall?
The culprit used the mechanism of the body softening after rigor mortis. The body must have been placed up in the ceiling like a bridge between two beams. It would stay up there while the body is still stiff. But as time passes and rigor mortis lessens, the corpse softens.
And that's what made it fall down. Now for the final question. Why did the body explode and burn?
Well, that can be explained by using the X-ray mode. Because of the contraption set up inside the body. The ignition agent combusted from the impact of the body hitting the ground. The fire went up the coiled fuse and onto the substance that triggered a thermite reaction. The substance was eventually ignited, causing a huge explosion.
So that interval between the fall and explosion was because of the time it took for the fire to reach the end of the fuse. I get it. It was hard to find traces of that trick because it was such an analog method.
Alright, I think we're starting to figure things out here. So you can turn off this VR space now.
No, not yet. That was just a rehearsal. We still have the main show.
What do you mean?
We're recreating the culprit's actions.
Are you telling me to do that?
You're the only actor here, aren't you?
Actor?
So, I'm Tama, the director and camera operator. Now that I'm in the director's chair, I'm not going to tolerate shoddy acting. So keep that in mind.
Are we recording something?
Of course we are. We're testing a theory here, so we need to create something that can be viewed objectively.
I have no idea what you're going on about.
Shut your stupid mouth, you third-rate bit-part actor! Are you too much of a moron to figure this out without the director having to tell you everything?
But...
Just zip it and play the culprit. If we're doing this, we're going for the Academy Award.
Academy? Like, the nuts?
Enough! Let's get this started! Ready? Action!
Hi! I'm,
the culprit who killed Jin. Now, prepare to witness an amazing show featuring this corpse.
Not only is your acting amateurish, but I don't even understand what kind of character you're trying to play here.
I am an amateur.
Well, this is just the beginning, so I'll give you a pass for now. Let's start with the positioning of the body.
It's just like a thing now that like these games, if they're referencing something, they just add a letter or something.
Where and how was it placed?
Well,
so that they don't get copyright problems. And that I love how he just made a joke.
it was right here.
Oh, like literally there. Making a joke about macadamia nuts.
The body was placed so it was hung like a bridge between two beams.
You can place it like this because it was stiff from rigor mortis. So that's how they did the light trick.
Carbon nanotubes, CNT, were tied to the body. The CNT went up the beams and extended downward onto the light switch.
CNT is too thin to be seen with the naked eye, so no one noticed it.
I've got it all set up. Now I just need to wait for the rigor mortis to subside.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be in character?
Boy! I sure hope the corpse gets softer soon. It needs to be soft and squishy. Like an octopus.
This scene makes no sense. I'm cutting it out.
You made me do it.
And after time passed, rigor mortis began to subside.
Oh god, this song. I hate this song because it's in a particular somnium that can suck my dick.
The body falls, and the impact sets off the ignition agent inside it. The fire travels up the fuse line.
Soon after, a staff member turns on the light.
Bam! A body appears, as if it teleported in out of nowhere. Sometime later, the burning fuse inside the body reaches the explosives. And that is the truth behind the corpse's sudden appearance and explosion!
Cut! Good work! I got some nice footage of the reenactment.
I still don't understand why the acting was necessary.
Are you sure it was good work? You yelled at him the whole time. And it was very cheesy and weird. But that's just what this game is. Cheesy and weird.
It all makes sense now. That corpse didn't teleport here after all.
Of course it didn't, though the culprit obviously wanted it to seem that way.
Yeah, which again, points to Naix more than anything else.
Half of a body just suddenly appearing out of nowhere. Just like the Philadelphia experiment. Someone went through all that trouble to make it look like something strange occurred.
I think they also wanted to draw as much attention as possible to that sign, all so they could spread that QR video.
I think this really is a simulation, but the seams aren't really that visible yet. But they know that they can make them more visible by doing this stuff. But even if that's actually what Naix is doing, like, to the letter, and why, and the truth of the world, we still don't know how the world is a simulation and why, and, like, where the fuck Date went, and etc., and etc. I feel like that's a bit of a stretch again, but either way, we'll probably figure out details about that regard. Hide thumb? Oh, I get it, because, like, if your thumb is up, they'd think you're hitchhiking. I'd just be like, hey, time to hitch a ride. I want to see what aliens are like. Amazing jump power, almost as much as... Oh my god, yes. Almost as much as 5 from my other series.
The culprit must have wanted the body to fall during the live stream, right? It would have been pointless otherwise. But could they really predict when rigor mortis would dissipate so accurately?
The culprit didn't put the corpse up on the ceiling beams while it was completely stiff. It had to have been after the body had started to soften, just slightly. That way, they could estimate that the body would fall in a few hours or so. The stream was scheduled for a whole 6 hours.
Yeah, so there's a pretty good window for that.
The culprit was fine as long as the body fell sometime during that period. Their goal was to make it seem like a supernatural phenomenon. That's why they couldn't leave the CNT on the scene.
Because it would give away the trick?
Right.
So that's why they caused a thermite reaction and destroyed the CNT.
CNT is highly flammable carbon material. It doesn't stand a chance against 3,000 degree temperature. When it bonds with the oxygen to create carbon dioxide, which helps extinguish the flame.
That body fell from the studio ceiling. If it fell sideways when it landed, the culprit's plans would have been ruined.
Yes, like you said, it would have been pointless unless the sign was standing erect. Just like a man's you-know-what.
Again with that joke? Besides, it is not useless when it's not erect.
Exactly.
What?
There was another purpose to the sign.
I get it.
There was another purpose to the sign. It's the same reason darts and rockets have tails.
I get it. The cut surface would naturally face the ground because of that sign. It was meant to control the body's posture as it fell.
That's clever. I love the way Uchikoshi sciences up all these things and how they happen.
So, to wrap it all up, the culprit's motive was to make this seem like a supernatural phenomenon and to spread the QR video, right?
I don't know if that's all there is to it, but probably.
I wonder why Jin was chosen.
Who knows?
Where could his left side be?
It hasn't been found yet. Anyway, starting our search with the people who might have the intel we need is the #1 rule of investigation, right?
But for the one that's found in the football field, that seems a lot harder to fabricate. Because it seemed like it died way after this one. How?
Like who?
Jin's right half was up in the studio ceiling the whole time we were shooting the show. There must be someone who knew about it, or at least noticed it.
You mean...
the director, Shinpei Wagai.
Right.
Where is he now?
I've tracked him down using his smartphone GPS. He's in Akihabara right now.
There he is!
Ah, shit!
He doesn't want to be...
Damn!
What is he do? So he really is still caught up in shady shit. But just not with the Yakuza. Huh. Who's that, by the way? I like her. Great. Is that maybe his girlfriend? Holy shit. That should not... We're literally fucking matrixing over here. My god. That should not be possible, but I guess it's made possible with Tama? Oh well, this is a game, not reality. Hell, not even action movies are reality. There's shit like this in all sorts of...
Firing your gun in here? Are you insane? There are customers and staff in here!
He was in the Yakuza.
An apology is not gonna cut it!
Several people have called the authorities. The local police should be here soon.
Hey, can't you just let me go?
What?
I told you, my girl's pregnant, right? I can't go to jail! That's why I accepted his offer in the first place. I needed money to take care of my kid.
Accepted whose offer?
Some guy named Terror. I don't know his real name. Haven't seen his face or heard his voice either. All my contact with him was through Nile.
What did he ask you to do?
He said...
I want to borrow your studio for an hour or so on the 10th before you start preparing for the stream. Don't let anyone near the studio during this time, that includes you. All you need to do is keep the entrance unlocked, that's all. I'll pay you $5 million. If everything goes well, I'll pay you on the 9th to the 11th.
So me and the staff haven't met this Terror guy at all. I don't know what happened in the studio either.
Come to class 3A at Sekiba. Excuse me? That's really fucking... Oh, that's literally right now.
Class 3A at Sekiba High.
Ryuki!
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, wow. And I bet Terror isn't a guy. What the fuck?
The director of Horodori Institute of Genetics.
Why wasn't I expecting a body?
Chikara Horodori.
No way. It can't be.
Big old Dergy. very large Dergy merino.
Mr. Date told me about this shrine. This place is so full of nature. Just like Yoyagi Park, it's just calming here.
I see.
Tama, would you mind giving me some support?
What do you mean?
I've been thinking about Chikara's murder.
Are you sure you're okay, Ryuki?
What do you mean?
I feel like all of this has been taking a huge mental toll on you.
I'm fine. More importantly, can you recreate the crime scene for me? I just need to close my eyes, right?
Yeah, but... Fine. I'll play along. You are technically my master. I can't disobey your orders.
Thanks. Let's start then. It's perfect. It's just like the real thing.
I learned how to do 3D modeling in a correspondence course. Back when I was a student, my grandma told me I should learn a skill set.
Wait, what? You aren't human. This isn't how AIs work, right? As weird as this is as a place to stop, I think this is gonna have to be when I do it. Alright friends, so like, comment, subscribe if you like to. I'd really, really appreciate that. And I hope that y'all are doing okay and that this video has done something positive for you and that all my content is. And regardless, friends, see you next time and have good ones until then.